What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, I got to cover UFC 182, and I'm not going to go through the undercards and whatnot. I just want to talk about the main events. I know some of you guys are saying, oh, Ego, you normally cover boxing. Why are you talking about UFC? Shut the fuck up. You've seen the title. If you didn't want to hear about UFC, then you shouldn't have clicked on the title. Anyway, Jon Jones versus Daniel Cormier, and it was a great fucking fight. Now, one thing I do respect and like, I respect top level athletes, and to see a fight such as the one I just witnessed, I think it's a good thing, man. And I wish boxing had less politics and a bit more of this, because you can see the one fighter didn't get blown out totally where it was just a lopsided fight like Leo Santa Cruz versus his last opponent, or this fighter and that, where it was just an utter domination. One person didn't belong in the ring. Those two belonged in the ring together. Now, Jon Jones was able to come out with the victory and retain his light heavyweight championship. And I had Jones winning on my scorecard. I personally had it 4 rounds to 1. You could also argue, it's like, I'm not saying, this is just me. The third round was very close, so you could have even seen it 3 rounds to 2. I don't see how you could have had Cormier ahead, but me personally, I'm okay with either of those scorecards because it was that type of fight. Again, both fighters, they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? DC showed that he's not a punk, and I could tell he legitimately tried. But for me, what it was is the champion, Jon Jones, in the championship rounds, he showed us why he's champion to me. I think he dug a little bit deeper. In one round, he had, I believe it was 2 or 3 takedowns, and they weren't like piddly takedowns where Cormier recovered instantly. They were good, certified, good highlight reel takedowns. I also gave it to Jon Jones because I thought he was more defensively minded. He was countering. He was just overall pretty responsible. He didn't get taken down until the very end. I think it was in the 5th round, and he got right back up. So I thought he stayed his ground. He kept distance. In the first round, he was just picking him off. Kind of, Cormier couldn't find a way on the inside, and I think Jon Jones controlled the whole range and the distance using his. I didn't realize how. I know Jon Jones was obviously taller, but this motherfucker has a 12-inch reach advantage over Cormier, and I didn't realize that, but he used that to perfection. Now, the second round, the one that I definitely gave to Cormier, was because he turned it up a notch. He has a real compact Mike Tyson type, not as built as Mike Tyson, but real stocky, real tank-like, kind of like a Sean Porter if you want to look at boxing in terms of the build and what his MO is. And I thought he imposed his will very good. He landed a lot of good punches. Jon Jones seemed a bit more uncomfortable, but I think DC landed some vicious uppercuts, and it started to become explosive. The third round, for the most part, the reason I give it to Jon Jones is because I think he controlled more of the round. DC did come on about halfway to it, but if you look at the round in its entirety, I think overall Jon Jones did more, and it was competitive. And I think the 4th round was where he had the 3 takedowns, so easily a Jon Jones round. And then the 5th round was pretty competitive. Both guys were tired. You could see, I think DC was breathing a little bit harder than Jon Jones, but they both had put in work, and you could tell they were both kind of exasperated, and they were being tested, and the best was being brought out. So I hope boxing, man, can take, if anything, if you take anything from UFC, take the skill level and the even matchups, because this is a great fucking fight. And I hope I, in this video, gave enough credit to DC, because he showed he's not no punk, and most guys not named Jon Jones wouldn't have been able to endure what he brought. I thought how he lifted him up, I think it was in the 5th round. I didn't write notes or nothing like that. Cormier was really trying. He dug deep to lift up the bigger man and try to slam him. Unfortunately, that takedown didn't really last. He wasn't able to come up with anything else. But not much of a ground game. It was more or less just a stand-up type of fight. Couple clinches. They both did good work. I liked in the early rounds Jon Jones' deliberate attack to the body. He landed some nasty knees, nasty elbows, and overall, I think he was deservingly the winner. But Cormier, I wouldn't mind a rematch. That's what type of fight it was. I think Cormier, again, you can give him 1 or 2 rounds from how I seen the fight, and it was a thrilling, exciting fucking fight where you see 2 high caliber athletes, and that's all we can ask for as a sports fan. So I enjoyed it. The undercards were not as exciting as this. The Cowboy undercard was pretty good. It was good seeing the veteran put the younger fighter who, you know, I mean, you could tell he was cocky. He put him in his place and won a decision as well. But the main event is where it was at. If you guys have a chance to catch up on it on YouTube, if you missed it, do it. John Jones is a fucking beast. He's an animal. DC too. Again, most guys wouldn't have been able to endure what John Jones did, but he's just that skilled. He's a skilled fighter. I thought he played the smart fight, but some of those rounds were really fucking razor thin, very, very close, and it was an exciting and thrilling fight. I would definitely be okay with the rematch because both fighters, they fought with heart, they fought with integrity, and they both had a good showing. I just think in terms of precision, the championship rounds, and looking at the rounds in their entirety, I have to give it to John Jones, especially when you're trying to dethrone the champion, if you will. But it was a great fucking fight. I want to watch. I can't wait to watch it again. I think it was a good one. So that's really all I got to say. They ran out of time on the pay-per-view, so John Jones didn't really say too much, and they didn't get to talk to Cormier. But John Jones was basically trash talking and bashing. That's the only thing. I wish it was a little bit more sportsmanlike at the end, but these motherfuckers don't like each other. There's bad blood, and I have to say I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't get along. There was a big build-up in August where they were just trash talking each other and that kind of stuff, but no sportsmanship at the end. It was a good fight. I didn't get to hear on the pay-per-view from Cormier's side because they ran out of time or some shit. I've never really seen that happen, but it is what it is. Let me know if you watched UFC 182. What did you think? And would you entertain a rematch? Did you have Cormier winning? Drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like my video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.